Good afternoon and welcome to Bill Vining Arena, the Surgical Edge campus of Ouachita Baptist University. It's Great American Conference basketball, the first home game of the conference slate for the Ouachita Tigers. Ouachita will face the Harding Lady Bisons. Both teams coming off of their first games of the conference series. Of the conference season. Harding 1-0 after defeating Southern Arkansas 93-90 Thursday at Rhodes Fieldhouse. Ouachita 0-1 coming off of a 90-84 loss to the Arkansas Tech Golden Suns at Tucker Coliseum. Chris Babb along with Chris McQuistion will be here for tip-off here in a few minutes. We'll have the starting lineups and the national anthem. Two high-scoring games that these two teams are coming off of. 90 points for Harding in a 3-point loss, 84 points for Ouachita. Chris, these are two teams that like to get the ball up and down the floor. Lots of shots will be attempted today.
A lot of three-point shots, a lot of scoring up and down the floor. Two players to really look out for on the Bison team would have to be Sage Harley. She's averaging 19.7 points a game. Has a good outside shot, good low post presence. At 6'4", she's going to be a pretty big issue for us, so we'll have to see how we can guard her.
Small lineup for Ouachita. Let's go ahead and take a timeout for the national anthem. Then we'll have the starting lineups and tip-off.
Senior guard from Joyner, Arkansas, number 00, Jordan Elwood. Junior guard from Norman, Oklahoma, number 1, J.C. Evans. Senior guard from Great Falls, Montana, number 2, Hannah Collins. Sophomore forward from Memphis, Tennessee, number 24, Sage Collins. And freshman guard from Mountain View, Arkansas, number 32, Aubrey Isbell. The head coach of the Lady Bisons is Tim Kirby. The assistant coach is Dawson Yates. And now, Tiger Nation, let me hear you roar! This is the starting lineup for your Ouachita Lady Tigers! Freshman guard from Hot Springs, Arkansas, number 12. Freshman forward from Stillwater, Oklahoma, number 22, Claudia Benson. Senior forward from Lottie, Texas, number 30, Lauren Rice. Junior guard from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 13, Michaela Miller. And senior guard from Leonard, Texas, number 10, Jesse Bennett. The head coach of the Tigers is Mark Gallagher. The assistant coach is Peggy Tucker. This afternoon's officials are Brian Nichols.
We are about ready for tip-off. Ouachita trying to get the first win of the conference after a tough 6-point loss Thursday at Arkansas Tech, a game in which freshman guard set the NCAA individual scoring record for Ouachita since being in the NCAA. 43 points for the freshman. So Ouachita will go with Bennett, Van Zant, Wright, Thornton, and Michaela Miller. J.C. Evans, Jordan Elder, Paige Hawley, Hannah Collins, and Isbell, the starting five. Hawley controls the tip, and we are underway. And the clock did not start, so we will start again. Ouachita, it's man-to-man.
Looks like the officials are going to put the clock back to 9:57.
9:53, and we'll get the score on our ticker. There we go. We're having a few technical difficulties in our broadcast earlier today as a foul is called on Bennett. That is the first personal foul on Bennett, first team foul. And Laney Mears, a quick check-in. Sage Hawley is going to pose a problem, a 6'4" sophomore from Memphis, Tennessee. As in their pregame walkthrough, Ouachita focused on how Harding was going to try to get Hawley the ball. Second free throw, no good. Michaela Miller quickly the other way. Gets almost by the defender. A little contact, no whistle. Michaela Miller puts Ouachita on the board. Chris, it's going to be a fast pace. Probably not a whole lot of time for us talking between plays.
I was about to say, I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of set plays here. Definitely going to be a running gun style of play here. As you can tell with Michaela Miller, if she sees an opening, she's going to take it no matter what.
Nice pressure, double team, loose ball on the ground, and she stood up, and a traveling call is going to be made. Nice pressure on the Ouachita man-to-man defense, as a turnover will give Ouachita the ball. Miller, Lauren Wright, Laney Mears checked in for Bennett after that first foul. Van Zant at the high post. Hawley sags off. Van Zant, they're going to attack. Miss. Nice offensive rebound from the freshman. A block shot and a late whistle is going to be a foul on Sage Hawley. So the first foul against Harding goes on Hawley. Hawley averaging 34 minutes a game. She leads Harding with 19.7 points per game. Claudia Van Zant at the free throw line, the freshman from Oklahoma. First free throw good. First start of the season for Claudia Van Zant. Chris, not a huge Ouachita roster, so Coach Dallimore going with the size with Claudia Van Zant, drawing the assignment of guarding Sage Hawley. Two good-looking free throws from the freshman Van Zant.
But you have to remember, Bab, this is a vast improvement with the roster-wise, because not too long ago, we only had 6 girls on the roster.
That's right. Thornton, nice cutoff, rebound Miller. Quickly the other way, 1-on-4. They're going to stop the ball. They do, and Miller's going to pull it back out. Aspen Thornton had the hot hand in Russellville Thursday. Wright penetrates, dishes out. Thornton, is she still hot? We'll see. Three-pointer good for Aspen Thornton. And it is 7-1 Ouachita quickly.
This is really a drive that we need. This Lady Bison team is very dangerous, so getting an early lead is going to be really beneficial.
Nice baseline penetration by Jordan Elder to get past have a foul called and an injury as the players bumped. The foul is going to be called on Aubrey Isbell.
That is her first personal foul, and Harding's second team foul of the period. Setting in for Harding, number 13, Lexi.
It'll be Ouachita's ball.
32, Aubrey Isbell.
Isabel looked like she had a really just awkward fall there, so let's hope that she's okay.
The official was trying to get our attention to a nice interior pass to Van Zant. Operating on the 6'4" Hawley. Nice move by Claudia Van Zant.
Great patience there. Just waiting for an opening, and she found it.
Now it's Van Zant with the steal. She fronts Sage Hawley. Ahead to Miller. Gets by Elder, and that's going to be a foul, and it's going to be called a blocking foul on, that's Hannah Collins. And that was on the floor. Both players were on the floor, but they ruled that the Miller did not have the chance to get a shot off, so it was on the floor, and Ouachita inbound with Thornton. Van Zant penetrating a kick. Dribble drive, penetration, offenses for Ouachita. Mears passed up the three, penetrates, now pulls it back out. 12 on the shot clock. Van Zant from 17. Good looking shot, just a little too strong. Ouachita does not stop the ball, but Van Zant does show enough to throw off the rebound, the layup attempt from Collins. Miller quickly the other way, layup good for Michaela Miller.
Like I said, she's a one-way trip to the basket.
Right. Cuts off the baseline. 13 on the shot clock. Turnover, a loose ball, and the turnover as the possession arrow will go to Ouachita. Credit Aspen Thornton with that steal. And we do notice on your screen that our shot clock is having a few issues. Mackenzie Schulmoller will check in for Ouachita, replacing Lauren Wright. Schulmoller, a 5'8" sophomore guard from Bedford, Texas, averaging just under 6 points a game. Mears penetrates baseline. Nice dish to Van Zant. Finds Schulmoller through the deflected pass. Thornton, nice dribble and penetrate in traffic. Pull up from just inside the free throw line was no good. Steal by Mears. She'll go for the uncontested layup. The freshman from Bologna gets her first basket of the game. And timeout Harding.
Ouachita off to a hot start.
Hot start, and that's not just the temperature in the
gymnasium.
In the gymnasium, as it was warm when we got here this morning. Full timeout. We'll go ahead and take it. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I've been practicing for over 33 years. But long before that, I learned it takes to be a good player. Caring for others. You say it's a family trait, but it's more complex than one obvious. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-PLAY. I want to help. We want to help. You're on your firefighter side. I'm Austin. I've been practicing for quite a long time, Dad. Thanks again for knowing what it takes to be a good player. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
We are back live here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Looks like the refs are actually over here by us. Seems to me that they are looking for something that happened during the game when the score was 8-3. Not really sure what's going on, but we will have a look.
Right about 8:30 on the clock. 5 minutes to spare.
Or excuse me, my apologies. When the score is 9-3.
Yeah, just play it out. Right there, B. That's probably just possession.
Bab, you were right there with them. So
Sorry,
what were they looking at?
They were looking at the three-pointer from Aspen Thornton at the 8:30 mark, trying to make sure she was behind the three-point line, and by a good 6 inches she was. We do have the task of having this monitor where we'll have the replay as well, and so if we have to pause our broadcast every once in a while, we apologize for that, but we'll try to get nice pressure by Aspen Thornton as she is guarding J.C. Evans. Evans does get past Thornton, layup no good. Rebound Evans, loose ball controlled by Schulmoller. Nice job by Schillmoller of not traveling when she was on the ground. Schillmoller for three on the other end.
Little short.
Little short. Rebound Harding. Ouachita gets back in transition. Hannah Collins inside. Floater in the lane, no good from Evans. Put back, no good. Rebound Ouachita. Miller saves it in bounds as that one almost, nice screen by Schillmoller. There's going to be a traveling violation as Miller couldn't get past the defender who helped off of Schillmoller.
Kind of just ran into a wall right there. Just really nothing you can do about that.
Quick pace in this first 5 minutes of the first quarter as we expected. They find Hawley on the backside, and Hawley gets it to go.
Looks like Belmore has used a front approach on playing Hawley, so hopefully we can get some backside help anytime they throw it down the post.
Mears penetrates, gets by, nice dish off to Van Zant as Hawley flashed over for the help. Got the ball to Van Zant. The layup was good for the freshman, having her best game of the season to date. And the lead is back to 10 for Ouachita. You see the three-quarter defense from Van Zant on Hawley. Nice job by Schillmoller of recovering and getting to the spot, and Hawley is just able to use her size and not to get the rebound. Not able to put it back though. Ouachita quickly ahead. Schillmoller saves it to Thornton. Drives baseline, layup, no good. Rebound Hawley. Subs for both teams set to check in, and that pass from Hannah Collins was just too hot. And media timeout, we'll take it because that one's just for us. 4:02 remaining in the first quarter. Ouachita 15, Harding 5.
No, maybe
not. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Wow. Should be a media timeout here.
I guess they said they already had it. No. I thought there was a media timeout, but they did not stop it. Nice Nero Malou in. Kick out to Schillmoller is short from the corner. Nero Malou checks in for Ouachita, the 6-foot forward from Grand Prairie, Texas. She gives Claudia Van Zandt a good spell, who had a really, really solid 5 minutes for Ouachita. Malou not letting Hawley get in front of the block. Nice post defense from Van Zandt the first 5 minutes, and now Malou. Laney Mears, 5 on the shot clock. Nice defense, but a foul is going to be called, and they're going to give Jordan Elder 2 free throws. First foul on Mears. Checking in for Harding is Brooke Bradley, a 6-foot senior from Dallas, Texas. Going to the line, Jordan Elder. On the season, Elder is an 82% free throw shooter, 81.8, made 9 of 11, but now she's 9 of 12. Took that percentage quickly down to 75%, Chris.
A lot like my GPA.
Took it down that quickly?
Yeah, took it down a lot.
Let's not tell your parents that.
Yeah, exactly.
Second free throw from Elder is good. And the lead is back to the deficit for Harding, and the lead for Ouachita back to single digits. Thornton. Quick dribble to Mears. She's cut off. Nice dish to Thornton. Passes up to 3. Two-man game. Mears and Thornton. Oh, thought she had Mackenzie Schillmoller. Mackenzie Schillmoller asked for the ball and then didn't get it immediately, and then went to the soft spot, and Mears tried the underhanded pass after to the spot Schillmoller had vacated. Jesse Bennett back into the game for Ouachita, replacing Schillmoller. Just under 3 minutes to go. Three-pointer on the way, really short. Just caught the front of the iron. Mears trying to push it ahead to Bennett, but it was stolen away. Quick three-pointer. Didn't really have the numbers, but Jordan Elder pulled up for 3 anyway. Thornton gets to the lane, shot up, no good, but a foul is going to be called on Kendrick Bailey. Bailey, the 5'5 freshman from Hollister, Missouri.
Pushing foul, number 12, Kendrick Bailey. That is her first personal foul.
First foul on Bailey, fourth team foul. The next foul for Harding will put Ouachita in the double bonus, or the bonus in women's basketball. 2 shots after the 5th foul. Aspen Thornton to the line. She's the leading scorer for Ouachita, averaging 26.8 points per game, 81.3% free throw shooter, and she knocks down both of her 2. Michaela Miller comes back into the game for Aspen Thornton. So on the floor for Ouachita, Michaela Miller, Jessie Bennett, Nero Malou, Lauren Wright, and Lainey Mears. 17-6, it's an 11-point lead for Ouachita. Nice help by Bennett as Miller recovers. Hawley is out of the game. She was replaced by Brooke Bradley. They find Bradley, and Lainey Mears flashes from the backside and steals it away. Nice.
Nice backside help by Mears right there.
Really nice backside help. The pass was going to be there for the layup, and that's why you have backside help. That's when you can afford to front. Right shot is blocked. She gets her own, dishes it off to Malou. Wasn't quite ready for it, and kind of in no man's land. And rebound to Harding. Another double. Have the kick out for the open 3 from Elder, but they're going to call a traveling violation on Elder as she's asking what she did, and the official said you caught it and took an extra step. Bennett looks to go right, looks left, now back to Miller. To Mears. Nice job of stopping her momentum to avoid the travel. Right for 3, no good. A rebound to Lexi Davis. Davis will push it up. Ouachita gets back in transition. Bradley wants the ball swung to the left side. Instead, they go back to the right. She wanted the reverse, didn't get it. 3-pointer in the right corner, no good. Long rebound to Elder. Ball fake, dish off. Shot is up and good from J.C. Evans. Give the assist to Jordan Elder. The lead is back to single digits for Ouachita as we come under 1 minute to play here in the first quarter.
You can't count out J.C. Evans. She's one of the 3 Harding players that are averaging more than 10 points a game.
Nice drive by Jessie Bennett. The defense flashed over for the help. She dished off to Nero Malou, who had the layup and good. And first basket by Nero Malou, the freshman. And now we're going to have a foul on Malou on the post as she was trying to get around Brooke Bradley. She was signaled for a hold. First foul for Malou. Aspen Thornton, Claudia Van Zant come into the game for Ouachita, replacing Malou and Lainey Mears. Lauren Wright now gets the assignment of guarding Brooke Bradley. Bradley will face up and reverse it, skip it to the backside.
Wow, a circus shot right there.
Anna Collins went right and shot back to her left. She was able to get it to go. 19-10, 8 seconds left. Is Ouachita going to be able to get a shot? Miller looks at the clock, pulls up from 17. Good for Michaela Miller. And that is how the first quarter will end. Ouachita 21, Harding 10 after 1 quarter of play. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. to Bill Vining Arena. Chris Babb and Chris McQuistion here as we start the second quarter. Ouachita 21, Harding 10. Ouachita in that first quarter, 8 of 16 from the field, only 1 of 4 from three-point range, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Harding 4 of 14, 0 for 3 from three-point range, 2 of 4, the leading scorer in the first quarter so far. Claudia Van Zant and Michaela Miller both have 6. Aspen Thornton has 5, and Laney Mears with 2 for Harding. Jordan Elder with 4, Sage Holly, J.C. Evans, and Hannah Collins each with 2. Neither team really has anybody in foul trouble, as nobody has more than 1 personal foul. Harding had 4 fouls in that first quarter, Ouachita 3. The biggest lead for Ouachita was 11, and they had a 7-0 run midway through the first. At the beginning of the first, it kind of put this separation as we start things off in the second quarter. 21-10 your score. Ouachita up by 11 as we start the second quarter. Nice flash from Jesse Bennett to knock the ball away from Bradley.
Another thing to keep in mind is the 7 turnovers that Harding has right now. Ouachita playing phenomenal defense.
Nice job by Van Zant, but a foul is going to be called on Lauren Wright as she doubled down. First foul on Wright, 3-pointer from the corner from Elder is an air ball. Nice job by Aspen Thornton of finding Michaela Miller for the layup, and look who are the first 2 back, Thornton and Miller. They saw Elder on the sprint out, and they recovered nicely. And to force Harding into a half-court set, avoiding the transition basket. Well, Collins does a nice job of getting by Lauren Wright. The foul is, I thought it was a foul. No, they're going to call a block shot for Miller, but after she got the rebound, she stepped on the baseline. So it will be Harding's ball with a new shot clock and 3 new players into the lineup for Harding. That's Sage Holly, Lexi Davis, and Kendrick Bailey. On the floor for Ouachita, Michaela Miller, Jesse Bennett, Claudia Van Zant, Lauren Wright, and Aspen Thornton. Van Zant did a tremendous job in that first 5 minutes of the first quarter defending Holly, who came into this game averaging 19.7 points per game, and she had 2 in the first quarter. Rebound Ouachita, trying to extend this lead. Thornton in transition, fakes the 3, pulls up for 3, good for Aspen Thornton. She tells Michaela Miller, nice pass. It was a nice job by Thornton. They've got to honor that 3 in transition, and when the defender flashed at her, she had a ball fake, took a little crab step dribble, and pulled up from 3 from that right wing. Nice job by Thornton. Another foul is going to be called on Lauren Wright as Aubrey Isbell drove right down the lane, got the foul, and the basket was able to go. That's the, well, it was going to be, the second personal foul on Lauren Wright. Into the game for Ouachita will be Laney Mears and Mackenzie Schilmoller replacing Jesse Bennett and Lauren Wright. Isbell to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play. Isbell is a 66% free throw shooter. She knocks that one down. Miller's going to pull up from 19. Man, that was just use the screen, pull up from 19 and good. The Harding bench just kind of sits back and like, oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Ouachita shooting over 50% from the game, for the game. 55.6 to be exact. 28-12. And that percentage just went up because the stats are behind. 58% from the field. Van Zant doing a nice job from Holly. You had the backside help from Laney Mears, but then Van Zant did a great job getting the around, but trying to Miller, who wasn't ready. A clear out as Holly finds a cutting Isbell for the layup. Miller quickly for Ouachita. Going to have a double dribble as Laney Mears caught the pass, and it was a little bit, she dropped it, ended up and dribbled. A double dribble as Mears was trying to dribble around that left side to the right, to the broken elbow. Caitlin Birch into the game for Harding. Shot no good, but Birch gets inside position on Schulmoller, three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound Van Zant. Thornton quickly the other way. Ouachita has a 4-on-3. Thornton behind the back, middle of the lane, layup, no good, but they called a foul on Harding. I thought they were calling a travel, and I was blocked by the official. I didn't see a Harding defender.
From what I saw, there was a beautiful up and under in the lane.
It was a nice move by Aspen Thornton. The Tigers have doubled up Harding on a nice move by Aspen Thornton. Time out, Tim Kirby and the Harding Bison. That's going to be a full timeout, and we'll go ahead, a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here, Chris. We'll keep it here. It's a 30-second that now turns into a full, so we will take a break. 31-15. Ouachita up by 16. You're watching the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We'll be back after this timeout. Ouachita, so far in the first quarter in 3 minutes, 12 of 20 from the field, shooting 60% from the field, 40% from three-point range, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. On the other hand, Harding has not shot well this first quarter and a half, well, almost half. 6 of 21 from the field, 28.6% from the field for the Bisons. Scoring for Ouachita, Aspen Thornton has 11. Michaela Miller has 10. Claudia Van Zant with 6. Nero Malou and Lainey Mears each have 2. Elder is the leading scorer. Aubrey Isbell is the leading scorer for Harding with 5. Sage Holly, I hate to belabor a point, but she came into this game averaging 19.7. She has 2. Claudia Van Zant and Nero Malou have done a tremendous job of post defense on Holly, and they're forcing Harding to go elsewhere for their offensive options. Another missed shot from Harding on that possession. Coach Kirby's wanting a foul. A nice block shot from Harding by Hannah Collins, and she came from the backside and tipped that free throw. That's going to be a foul on Mackenzie Schulmoller. Coach Kirby has said, can you explain to me how this is a foul on 12 down on this end and this is not a foul on that drive? But Ouachita was whistled for the foul. That will send Hannah Collins to the line. On the season, Collins is a 72% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. Collins now has 3 points. And Harding is 4 of 6 from the free throw line. Second free throw good as well. Miller quickly up the right side. Nice screen from Van Zant. Holly shows, but not enough to get in the way of Michaela Miller. The pull up from 17. Chris, you'll take that every day of the week.
Hey, when you can get over a taller defender like that, that just makes you feel really good about yourself.
Yeah, the shooting confidence of these Tigers is really high right now. Ouachita gets caught on the double.
Seemed like a big miscommunication there.
Yeah. Van Zant and Schulmoller both stayed with Holly, and she was able to get wide open for a layup. Schulmoller into Van Zant. She'll go at Holly. Up and under, fade away, good off the glass. Holly had no help, and it was the same left, right move, and Van Zant gets her 8th point of the game.
Van Zant is really stepping up this game. Yep. I've been really impressed with her play so far.
Three-pointer from the top of the key. That's the first three-pointer that Harding has made, and that is Jordan Elder. Elder is a 35% three-point shooter. She knocks the first one down, but just that quickly, Michaela Miller back the other way. She now has 14 for the Tigers. She leads all scorers with 14 points. Triple team, ball is thrown away. Ouachita doing a good job of post defense, but also the help. Miller goes the other way, layup no good. Van Zant, rebound put back is blocked by Holly. Aspen Thornton forces the missed layup. Rebound, Schillmoller. Hawley is frustrated. Thornton might have tried to shoot that if she could. Nice dish off from Miller. Mears for three. Good for Lainey Mears. Good ball movement for
Great
Washita.
ball movement by the Washita Tigers right there.
40-22. Tigers are filling it up. 61% from the field. 3 of 6 from three-point range, and good defense on the other end. Schillmoller was guarding Caitlin Birch, and Birch went to the ground. She thought that Schillmoller might have pushed her, some of the Harding one as well, but I think that was probably one that just let go. Wholesale substitutions is almost like a hockey line change.
I know.
Now Harding's going to put a smaller lineup in and try to force Washita. That Coach Kirby's going to go to a full court pressure to try to change things up. Jesse Bennett will trigger the inbounds pass. It's a 2-2-1. Full court pressure from Harding. Thornton just dribbles right through it. Kicks it out to Malou, and Washita breaks that pressure with ease without even having to make a pass. Bennett is going to be called for a travel as she pump faked the three and then took an extra step before she put the ball on the ground. So interesting to see if Harding comes back to that full court pressure. Washita was able to break it. Do have 3 or 4 good ball handlers on the floor right now, with Miller is off the floor, but Mears and Thornton are good ball handlers as well. Step back three-pointer good from Hannah Collins. She got Thornton in the air and was able to regain the ball. Now she knocks the ball away from Thornton, coming up the other side of it. Nice defensive possession and followed by, or offensive, followed by defense by Hannah Collins. No good. Rebound, Lauren Wright. Washita keeps Harding from being able to set up the press. Malou shot no good. Kick it out to Wright. Out to Jesse Bennett. Passes up the three. Pulls up. 17. Good from Jesse Bennett. Stopped the bleeding a little bit as Harding tried to seize momentum with the pressure. And now Michaela Miller was set to check back in for Washita at the next dead ball as we're under 3 minutes to go. Washita post defense doing a nice job of fronting, whether it's Sage Hawley or now Caitlin Birch. Bennett gets beat baseline. Malou tries to flash. Basket's good. And now Washita's got to inbound the ball. There you go. A little bit of confusion on who's going to inbound the ball, but Thornton's able to break the pressure. Again, the pass was too strong for Nero. Game for Washita. Michaela Miller will replace Aspen Thornton. Nero Malou steps out for Van Zant. Subs back in for Harding. Sage Hawley, Jordan Elder, and Kendrick Bailey. This is not the first big first half lead Washita has had in their season opener against number 5 ranked Texas A&M Commerce. They had a big first half lead, and Commerce was able to catch up in the second half. Lainey Mears whistled for a foul. Too far out. 4th foul on Washita in the second quarter, so the next foul will send Harding to the line. J.C. Evans, dribble handoff to Collins. Inside to Hawley. Nice job by Van Zandt of just getting a fingertip in there. Lauren Wright the other way. Gets rid of the ball. Now back to her. Mears almost lost it. It's more of a helter-skelter possession for Washita. Van Zandt going to operate on Hawley again. Left-handed too strong. Blocked out of bounds and never hit the rim, so there'll be 3 seconds on the shot clock as Aspen Thornton will check into the game for Washita, replacing Lauren Wright. So ball handlers galore on the floor for Washita in Mears, Thornton, Miller, Bennett, Van Zandt, get the assignment of drawing Holly. 3 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to get it out in a hurry. Bennett pulls up from 17 off the rim. Rebound, Ouachita. Thornton for three. That's going to be off to the right. Rebound to Collins. Harding has numbers. Nice skip pass to Holly, but it was
just a little low.
A little low for Sage Holly. Mears from the corner. Three. Good for Lainey Mears. Under a minute to go. Ouachita trying to get one more stop and then add to a lead. Harding trying to cut into the 18-point Ouachita lead and limit the damage. Van Zant, nice job of fronting, but they can't get the backside help was there. Just a nice pass and a nice play by Sage Holly. Ouachita was in good position, but Holly just made the play. She is averaging 20 points per game, and she has 4 now.
Like we said already, Ouachita doing a phenomenal job with post defense.
9 on the shot clock. Van Zant on Holly again. She'll go left. Good from Claudia Van Zant. 10 seconds. Ouachita trying to come up with one defensive stop. Aspen Thornton's going to commit a foul, and that's going to send Collins to the free throw line for 2. But you do have a chance to respond. 7 seconds. Neither one of these teams have the problem getting the ball up the floor in 7 seconds, Chris.
I can barely keep up with it.
Collins to the free throw line. She hit her last 2. She nails that one as well. Collins has 8 points now to lead Harding. Knocks down the second one. 7 seconds. Miller, plenty of time.
I have a feeling Miller's going to take this by herself.
Nice screen from Van Zant. Pull up from Miller. No good. A rebound. Van Zant put back is no good. Not a bad look from Ouachita. That's a good first half for the Ouachita Tigers. 47-31. Coach Tim Kirby is not happy with his Bisons. He's telling J.C. Evans about it. Chris, that was a good first half. 47-31. Ouachita shot 57.6% from the field in that first half. 57% from three-point range. 100% from the free throw line. That's a pretty good offensive half of basketball.
If you're Coach Dallimore, you really cannot complain about this first half.
Well, coaches will find something, right?
I mean, they always find something to complain
right.
about. But he's just not going to have much to complain about.
Offensively, it'd be hard-pressed to find something to complain about that. Ouachita scored 90 points at Arkansas Tech on Thursday, and they have a 47-point first half. We're going to take a little break, and after break for a few minutes, we'll come back in a few minutes with some halftime statistics and take our breath as we get ready for second half action. Your score at halftime of this GAC home opener for Ouachita. The Tigers 47, Harding Lady Bisons 31. We'll be back after this timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Southern Bancorp, that's for everyone. We said Rock is helping people succeed in creating strong financial futures. For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy a first home. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's times. Wherever you are in life and enjoy, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Getting directions to Ouachita Baptist University.
Ouachita Baptist University is located in Arkadelphia, Arkansas. It's just about an hour north of Texarkana off I-30. We're just minutes from trails, lakes, bluffs, rivers, so much to do in God's creation. Another great thing about our location is our proximity to so many cool cities. We're an easy weekend trip from Memphis, Northwest Arkansas, and Dallas, and only 30 minutes from Hot Springs and just an hour from Little Rock. While we have a rich social life here on campus, students will also take advantage of the many locations within a short driving distance for a weekend trip, whether it's to go home or to take a social weekend with friends.
It's been really nice to be able to get away for the weekend, whether that's to Little Rock or bigger cities like Dallas or Memphis or Nashville. This time last year I went to a concert that was in Nashville, and it wasn't that bad of a drive going all the way from there to Arkadelphia.
What's really great about coming from Dallas, having friends that live in Arkansas, is that I get to show them around Dallas, which is a lot of fun because I get to show them my favorite coffee shops. They try new drinks, they go to places that they've never been before. The best part about going to Dallas for just a weekend trip is that you don't feel like you wasted a lot of time on the drive over there. The drive to my house is 3.5 hours. We don't have to go 10 hours to go somewhere fun. Another great city in Arkansas is Little Rock, and it's just an hour north, so it's not too far of a drive. And the best part about it is that I feel like every time I am in Little Rock, anytime I spend time there, it definitely reminds me of home a little bit more.
One thing that's been really important to me is not just finding things to do, but it's been more about who I do these things with. There's just lots of little things that you don't necessarily realize that are going to have the same.
Texas, Colorado, California, across the nation or around the globe, there's going to be plenty to keep you busy here at Ouachita Baptist University.
I chose communications and media for my major because in high school I enrolled in a technology class where I started to do video production for the first time, and it turned out to be the most exciting thing I had ever done in high school. So when I came to tour Ouachita, I went to the communications department and discovered that all of the professors here were amazing. It's paid off because since I've been here, they've been able to teach me the ins and outs of a video shoot, a news studio, and a movie set. The most notable class for me that I've taken at Ouachita was the OBU at Sundance class. You actually get to go to the film festival, which Sundance is one of, if not the largest film festival in America. We all got to experience this like cultural epicenter together. That was just a really unique experience that I don't think I would be able to get anywhere else. So inside of my major at Ouachita, I've been able to have a really tight-knit community with all of the students, specifically the ones that work on video production. We meet almost every single day and we see each other constantly, and so we've developed friendships that I definitely didn't expect to have. I feel like I can just, call them if I need any of them and they'll be there like that, and I would do the same for them. After Ouachita, my end goal is to be an independent film director in preferably a big city. I've been able to produce films, I've been able to produce shorts, I've been able to write screenplays. I simply feel like I'm prepared for all of the aspects of the filmmaking process. No matter what you want to do in the communications department, whether it's writing, whether it's marketing, whether it's event planning, video broadcasting, news broadcasting, sports journalism, Ouachita is a place that will prepare you for all of those fields and careers. My name is Ryan, and I am a communications and media major at Ouachita.
29 from the field, 37.9%, 2 of 8 from three-point range for 25%, 7 of 9 from the free throw line. Leading scorers for Harding, Hannah Collins with 9 points, Jordan Elder with 7 points, Aubrey Isbell, apologies for that, Aubrey Isbell with 5 points, Sage Hawley with 4, and also for Harding, Lexi Davis and Caitlin Birch each with 2 points. Brooke Bradley played but did not score in the first half, and Kendrick Bailey played but did not score in the first half. Rebounds, Ouachita holds the 21-13 advantage on rebounding as Ouachita really defensively, Chris, as we bring Chris McQuistion in. You take a look at those shooting percentages, and although Harding has not shot well, I think it's been the post defense on Sage Hawley that has really been key to this 16-point lead. You look at the box score coming into the game, Sage Hawley was averaging 19.7 points per game. She was a 53.5% shooter. She has only been able to shoot 5 times. She's 2 of 5 from the field. She's been contested by Claudia Van Zant at the post, Nero Malou in the post, but also some good backside help from those guards as well.
I feel like watching the game, you could tell that the Harding offense really runs through her. With the looks down low, kind of opens up for the guards at the top of the key to move around and stuff like that. But when they're throwing it inside and they can't get anything to go, when they're turning the ball over, it just really stalls the entire offense for them.
The Tigers have made their way back onto the floor. Harding about to come up after Tim Kirby finishes his halftime talk with the Bisons. 47-31, Ouachita up by 16. Just a few minutes left in halftime as Harding makes their way out from the locker room at the halftime break. We'll take another timeout, and when we return, we'll have second half action. You're watching Ouachita Tiger basketball in this Great American Conference home opener on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout.
I've heard people say Ouachita.
Ouachita.
Achita.
Ouachita.
Is it pronounced Ouachita?
Searching for Ouachita Baptist University.
Back in Texas, everybody pronounces it Wichita, but really, it's Ouachita.
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 How would you pronounce it?
Ouachita.
Ouachita.
It's Ouachita Baptist University. Get it right.
It's Ouachita, people. It's Ouachita.
Ouachita.
When we talk about
Baseball for me just kind of was the glue that kept my family together. I feel like I was able to come here and get my triple major as well as play against some of the best players in the country. There's a lot of options here in Division II. A lot of great ball players and a lot of great people, and they make sure that they give you every opportunity to succeed on and off the field.
Welcome back to Bill Vining Arena on the campus of Ouachita Baptist University in this first Saturday of December, and a warm first Saturday of December. We had the front come through, but it is warm outside this week. It has been warm in here today, and the only thing hotter, sorry about the terrible pun I'm getting ready to say, is the only thing that's been hotter than the temperature in the gym is Ouachita's shooting, as the Tigers shot about 60%, and they have a 16-point lead. Let's take a look at other scores from around the Great American Conference in women's action. In the third quarter, Southwestern Oklahoma State leads Oklahoma Baptist 50-41. In Magnolia, the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders lead Henderson 50-46. And Ada, Oklahoma, East Central University, as they start halftime, leads Northwestern Oklahoma State 43-28. And Arkansas Tech, looks like Arkansas Tech defeated UAM 65-54. That doesn't seem like that score is correct. That's an old stat line from a non-conference game against UA Fort Smith. That game actually doesn't start till 2 o'clock. So Arkansas Tech and Monticello don't tip off until 2 o'clock. So the stats showing there are not accurate. Oklahoma Baptist in Weatherford, Oklahoma. Henderson State in Magnolia, facing Southern Arkansas. Northwestern Oklahoma State at East Central, and Southern Nazarene at Southeastern Oklahoma State. We'll kind of bring you up to date on those scores as we go on the rest of today's game. We're getting ready to start the second half. Appreciate you tuning in to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. My name is Chris Babb. Sitting in for the normal voice of the basketball Tigers, Michael Westbrook. He'll be back at our next home conference games on December 18th when Ouachita hosts UAM. This is the student sports media production of the Ouachita Rogers Department of Communications. Joined by a lot of students today, including Chris McQuistion on color, Noah Grimes, Bailey Redden, Coleman Callan, and Dave Vashkovic in the trailer. A.J. McWilliams, Hannah Hickman, James Jolly, and Chloe Vuleman on cameras. We appreciate their work as they bring you this action today and all year on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. Ouachita with the ball to start things off, and they're going to go Van Zant, try to get her to go right at Holly. Nice backdoor cut. Thornton can't get it to go. Rebound. Van Zant can't get it to go. Lauren Wright with the rebound. Counted, and the foul. Foul on Sage Holly, and Ouachita starts about as good a possession as you could.
Yeah,
they're going to hurt the field goal percentage, but you'll take it.
It'll hurt it, but you will really appreciate them crashing the boards like that.
A couple of offensive rebounds and another foul on Sage Holly. Wright gets the friendly roll to go, and Ouachita gets the old-fashioned three-point play to go, and that's the second foul on Holly. Claudia Van Zant fronting Sage Holly, and she's going to pressure Holly way out. Had the backdoor cut there on the backside, but Isbell didn't see it. Now Holly dishes off to Isbell. Ball on the ground, stolen by Ouachita. Michaela Miller doesn't have numbers, but it's never stopped them before. They kick out to Thornton. And just a little bit, Thornton was ready to shoot that one, but she couldn't catch it first. Coach Dallimore said, that's okay. That's okay, we'll take it. It was a good look by Miller of pulling it back out. Thornton immediately apologized to Miller, and they'll try to get that one back. Nice battle underneath by Van Zant and Holly. Holly gets it, goes right. High off the glass, no good. Loose ball controlled by Aspen Thornton, and she just gets nailed. J.C. Davis and Aubrey Isbell had an Aspen Thornton sandwich as one hit her high, one hit her low. Thornton pops up. It's a foul on Davis. They called the foul on.
I feel like,
yeah, that's from last possession.
Yeah.
That foul, they haven't updated it yet. That was on Davis, on Evans. And that's her second foul. Turnover for Ouachita, and the ball goes back to Harding. Brooke Bradley checks into the game, replacing Aubrey Isbell. Van Zant, they're letting them play down there. They're letting them get physical as letting Holly try to be physical to establish position, but they're also letting Van Zant be physical to try to get in front. Three-pointer from the corner. They're going to call a foul on Mears as she did not allow Jordan Elder to land. Mears didn't really like that one. It might have been a combination of, if I think I can get the foul, I might as well try, but there was contact. And Elder goes to the free throw line for 3. Elder had 7 points in the first half. She hits her first 2. Elder came into today's game an 82% free throw shooter. She knocks down all 3. Full court pressure from Harding. We saw it in the first half. 2-2-1, and now a blocking foul is going to be called on J.C. Evans.
That would be her third foul.
Yep. Yeah, on Evans, that is her third foul. Third foul on Harding in this first minute 57, the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. 2 more fouls, and Ouachita will be in the bonus. Thornton for 3, off, no good. Evans did a nice job of recovering and probably distracting Thornton just enough to keep her from having a natural shot. Kick out, 3-pointer fake from Evans. A blocking foul is going to be called on Michaela Miller. Evans gets that one to go and the foul.
Miller trying to set up for a charge there, but she was in the restricted zone, so that's a blocking call every time.
That is her first personal foul. Subbing in for Harding, number 30, Caitlin Birch.
Caitlin Birch is going to come and sub out, or is coming into the game. Actually going to take out Sage Harley right now.
Another 3-point play for Harding, and another 2-2-1 pressure. See if Ouachita is able to break it again. Miller dribbles through the middle of it. Mears to Thornton. Up and under move, good from Aspen Thornton.
Thornton really does not let her height deter her from going inside the lane trying to score over taller defenders.
Lauren Wright, nice job by Lauren Wright. Bradley tried from, you know, if you're standing at the broken elbow at the 15 feet, that's a bit easier of a pass to make, but she was there in no man's land, and that pass was too strong for her teammate. Mears, 3-pointer, no good. Nice job by Van Zandt of corralling that loose ball, that offensive rebound, and she throws it off the leg of Jordan Elder. Boy, Claudia Van Zandt came into today's game averaging 15.9 minutes. She's played 18 today, and this is by far her best effort to this point. She came in averaging 2 points per game, and she has 10 right now, and now we have a foul that's going to be called on Harding and Hannah Collins.
Her second personal foul and Harding's 14th foul of the period.
Van Zandt has played, honestly, nearly a flawless game. Just only a few mistakes, but otherwise just phenomenal work by her, especially in the defensive department.
Nice inbound set from Ouachita. Harding defends it nicely. Thornton with the pull-up jumper from 15, no good. And Italy, a foul's going to be called on Brooke Bradley as Aspen Thornton guarded her, tried to front her, and they call Thornton for clearing Aspen Thornton out.
That is her first personal foul and Harding's 15th foul of the period.
Coach Tim Kirby is trying to get an explanation. He's trying to test the official to see how much of a leash the official will give him, and he's going to give him a pretty good leash.
Yeah.
Miller dribbles all the way. Shot is up, knocked out of bounds by Harding. That's a blocked shot for Caitlin Birch, I believe, and Ouachita will inbound the ball under its own basket. 15-point lead for the Tigers. Malou with the handoff to Miller. She's going to go baseline, and nice cutoff by Jordan Elder. Lauren Wright for 3, off to the left, no good. Bradley with the rebound. 2 subs set to check in for Harding at the next dead ball. Nice block shot by Nero Malou. Thornton, nice dish to Lauren Wright. Couldn't come up with it, but does retain possession. Michaela Miller. A lot of contact there in the middle of the lane. No foul was called, and it goes out of bounds to Ouachita. Coach Kirby is still on the same official, trying to get some explanation of that call. Coach Kirby has been doing this a long time. He's been the women's coach at Harding for a long time. Before that, he was Jeff Morgan's assistant at Harding. He's been in the Great American Conference since it began, and was in the Gulf South with Harding, and then before that, their men's program. Bradley drives against Wright, throws it off the glass and in. The lead is down to 13. Harding trying to chip away. Wright open for 3, same spot, no good. Rebound, Jesse Bennett. Passes up the three that time, does Lauren Wright. Kick out, Aspen Thornton has room. Three-pointer good for Aspen Thornton. Aspen Thornton now with 16 points for the freshman. The leading scorer for Ouachita.
Seemed like a missed call right there.
Yeah, I think looked like Ouachita might have gotten away with a little bit. Coach Kirby he had a better angle. Coach Kirby from Harding not arguing that one, so
Yeah,
maybe it wasn't. We were blocked, but
yeah.
she was out of control. A lot of times you're not going to get that. Michaela Miller also out of control, stolen away. Sage Holly had a step on Thornton, but Harding wasn't able to take advantage of it. Jessie Bennett tweaked her ankle. She hops back up. Nero Malou with the backside and with the fronting Hawley. Michaela Miller with the backside help is called for the foul. Immediate timeout, and we'll take it because that one's just for us. 4:41 remaining in the third quarter. Ouachita 55, Harding 39. We'll be back with more Ouachita basketball after this 60-second timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
As a student athlete in college, my first gold medal was at NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee that gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, are speaking towards well-being, are speaking towards fitness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
There's a place to share gossip about the office party fun, and a place to share the story you tell everyone. There's a place to share a laugh about when things went wrong, and a place to share the video of you dancing to your song. There's a place to share spare change, lunch, and your time. But we could all be better at sharing how we're feeling inside. 76% of employees have struggled with at least one issue that affected their mental health. When you share,
55-39. Ouachita with a 16-point lead, 4:43 remaining in the third quarter. Chris Babb and Chris McQuistion here for this Great American Conference home opener. Ouachita trying to move to 1-1 in GAC play. Harding trying to stay undefeated. Ouachita lost 90-84 at Arkansas Tech on Thursday. Harding won 93-90 at home versus SAU. So these two teams can put up some points. Ouachita had 47 in the first half. Harding didn't shoot as well, but they are capable. Nero Malou is going to be whistled for a foul as Harding Harding guard Kendrick Bailey. Got past her defender. Claudia Van Zant will check in for Malou.
Shooting for Harding, number 12, Kendrick Bailey.
Bailey's free throw is off to the left. Coach Dallimore trying to talk to the official about getting explanation of why Malou was called for that foul. Second free throw is good, as you see from our angle above the Ouachita cheerleaders. A nice angle there of Michaela Miller being double teamed. And the pass is tipped away and stolen. Layup good, and that's one of the first steals and buckets in transition Harding has been able to get, and the lead is back to 13. Thornton and Miller break the pressure. Man-to-man defense from Harding, but they are packing it in. It's more of a, looks like of a zone. Van Zant to Miller. It is a zone defense, 2-3 zone. Giving a new look. Miller three-pointer, no good. Rebound Holly. Come out in the 2-3 zone, does Harding. See if that changes things up for Ouachita offensively. Try to take advantage of a little 2-2-1 pressure plus the zone. See if they can disrupt Ouachita. Backside pass to Holly. Turnaround jumper, no good. Gets her own rebound. Back up and good for Sage Holly. Pressure again. Thornton beats the pressure, goes all the way in, and a foul is going to be called on a reach in. And Aspen Thornton will go to the free throw line, and that foul is going to be called on Aubrey Isbell. And that is the second personal foul on Isbell. Foul trouble for both teams. Laney Mears is the only player from either team that has 3 fouls at this point.
It looks like we have lost the ball. Up there it is. Fell all the way down the
All the way down the stairs. He wanted to go play on the intramural courts.
In for the Lady Tigers, number 5, Laney Mears, subbing out number 13, Michaela Miller.
Coach Dallimore talking to the officials about making sure that they noticed that Harding deflected the ball out of the basket after Sage Hawley's last basket. He said it slows down their transition, is what it does, and that's why you can't do it. He's trying to make sure the officials knew. Aspen Thornton missed both. That's uncharacteristic, and Harding has a chance to cut this one to single digits.
That'd be the first time they'd be.
First time since the first quarter.
Yeah, really.
Claudia Van Zandt is whistled for a foul. I think it was clean with the right hand, but got her with the body. And so Aubrey Isbell will go to the free throw line. That is the first personal foul on Van Zandt. 30-second timeout, Ouachita. We'll keep it here. So 55-44, 3:01 remaining in the third quarter. Harding's going to the free throw line. Isbell has a chance to cut this one to a single digits, and it's a 30-second timeout that turns into a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. 55-44, 3:01 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
This is Stella. Stella likes retro style and old school country. Stella also likes This is Flo. Flo isn't waiting tables at the Sunrise Grill. She's waiting on sunsets in beautiful Hot Springs, Arkansas. It's time for a road trip and your next vacation at hotsprings.org.
As a student athlete in college, my first gold medal was at NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee SAC gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, are speaking towards well-being, are speaking towards fitness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
55-44, Ouachita leads by 11. Ouachita sent Harding to the free throw line. Aubrey Isbell has a chance to cut this one to 9. Ouachita has cooled off from the field a little bit, now shooting 47.8%. Harding, on the other end, is warmed up. They've now shooting 40.5% from the field after not shooting well in the first half. First half, Harding shot was shooting 37.9, and now they're at 40. Ouachita's cooled off from its 56% shooting effort in the first half. Isbell knocks the first one down, and it's a 10-point lead.
Now Harding has chosen to go to a 2-3 zone. We do have a lot of three-point shooters on the team, but most of our points tonight have been scored through. And a turnover by Ouachita.
2-2-1 pressure forces a turnover again as Aspen Thornton picked it up and tried to have a cross-court pass, and it was tipped away, and then Thornton knocked it out of bounds, and so the pressure from Harding forces a turnover. A defensive switch for Harding from the man to the 2-3 has slowed the momentum of Ouachita. Now Harding trying to cut this to a two-possession game. Collins drives baseline. Nice closeout from Ouachita. Isbell, nice recovery by Jesse Bennett. The much larger, taller Bradley turns the ball over. Van Zant's going to drive on Isbell. Pulls it back out, top of the key, Miller. Mears for three, too strong. Rebound Bradley. It was on line. It was right in front of us from where our position is, but it was just a little bit too strong. Turnover, and ball will go to Ouachita. Thornton checks back in, replacing Jesse Bennett. Lauren Wright checks in, replacing Mackenzie Schulmoller. Big possession for Ouachita as we come upon 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mears finds a cutting Thornton, get in the middle of that zone. Mears pull up from 15 is blocked. Rebound to Van Zant. Kicks it back out to Mears. The extra pass. Thornton penetrates baseline. Blocked shot from Harding. Collins on the move. Collins as quick with the ball as any of the players on the floor. There's some speedy ball handlers on the floor. Holly gets it in the middle of the lane. Fadeaway jumper, good from Sage Holly. The lead is 7 for Ouachita. Holly gets her hands on that one. Van Zant throws it out of bounds. And it will go over to Harding. J.C. Evans checks in, replacing Brooke Bradley. Miller gets through the screen. Boy, there's a lot of contact or travel or something. They let it go. And Van Zant thankfully finds Miller. She was about to lose possession of the ball. Van Zant works on Holly, kicks it out to Mears. Thornton 10 on the shot clock. Nice crossover dribble, up and under Holly, good for Aspen Thornton. The ball fake got Holly in the air, and that was a tremendous move by Aspen Thornton. There's a traveling violation. Ouachita got the benefit of that, Chris. The official on the backside of the play had his hand closed as the fist closed like he was going to call a foul. The near official, who was closer to the play, had his open palm as a dead ball, and they went with that one for Ouachita. Mears, three-pointer, good! Ouachita stops the bleeding with a basket from Thornton. A turnover, a steal, and then a three-pointer from Lainey Mears, and the lead is just that quickly is back to 12. This will be the last possession, and Michaela Miller called for a foul, a reach-in foul, 40 feet from the basket. It's not what she wanted. That's the third personal foul on Michaela Miller, and she's going to come out. And that sends Collins to the free throw line. It's worse because it was 40 feet from the basket, and it sends a great free throw shooter to the line. Free throw good, 60-50. Thornton with 10 seconds left. Nice dish to Van Zant, layup, good. 2 seconds left. Nice job by Bennett of flashing. I don't think Elder realized, I think she knew how much time was on the clock, but because Jesse Bennett flashed, she was not able to try the desperation shot. Chris, Ouachita responded there nicely after this game got to 6 points. Ouachita stretched it back out to 13. A nice freshman-to-freshman pass as Thornton cut to the right side and had a backside pass to Van Zant to finish that layup.
Yeah, but it was a great job by Thornton to realize the help coming from the Harding defender to be able to just hit that little bounce pass to Van Zant. Van Zant and Thornton both having phenomenal games. Let's see how they can finish the game off. 62-50, Ouachita up by 12. We'll be back after this 60-second timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's what this Division II student athletes really do, contribute their part by supporting communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who lead them through lives. In Division II, we invest in opportunity and make community engagement ours.
We begin the fourth quarter. Ouachita up by 12. Chris Babb joined by Chris McQuestion here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, the student sports media production program of the Rogers Department of Communications at Ouachita. Thank our student crew of 9 students working today's games. We appreciate it. You tuning in as we bring you Great American Conference basketball action. Ouachita begins the fourth quarter, leading by 12. J.C. Bennett, Claudia Van Zant, Lainey Mears, Aspen Thornton, and Lauren Wright. Boy, Mears did a nice job doubling, then recovering. Get the turnover. The ball goes off of the knee of Lauren Wright as she was trying to gather it for an outlet pass to Lainey Mears. Boy, Lainey Mears playing that backside. She doubled down from the backside on Sage Holly and then still was able to recover in time to get out to the wing on the opposite side.
You can just the amount of effort that she's putting on the floor. If you're Coach Dalmore, you gotta love that from your players.
Yep. 3 freshmen on the floor for Ouachita right now. Van Zant, now they're going to call a foul on Van Zant after Sage Holly just fell. She did not do that. That's the case of seeing someone falling and thinking that they fell, thinking that it was a foul. I mean, it's physical. Now, maybe if this game has not been as physical as it has been, that could have been a foul, but he anticipated it, and that one went against Ouachita. 2-2-1. Thornton breaks the pressure. Picked up by Evans. Top of the key to Mears. Mears meets the pass. And Ouachita will reset things. Evans, goodness gracious. Bennett just getting beaten up, and Ouachita's going to get a timeout. Timeout, Ouachita, as 30 or a full. Let's see, it's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Chris, I go back to that one because it's just, the only reason I belabor that point is because I just happened to be watching what we were talking about, and Van Zant was there. Holly thought she was going to be there. Van Zant had backed up, and she just fell. She just fell down. It was an unfortunate call to go against because they've been playing physical.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there was no contact. There's been contact all day, but I think Holly was expecting Van Zant to be there because she'd been playing behind her. Van Zant got out of the way, and Holly fell.
God just pulled the rug out from under her, and that led to an unfortunate foul call for the Tigers. Though the Tigers have kept a double-digit lead for really the majority of the game, the Harding Bison just are not willing to quit. They've had a couple of runs at one point. They had almost a 10-0 run. Got the lead down to 6. We've got it back to 10. So really it just comes down to the Tigers being able to keep the lead that they've had. In the first game of the year, we were up by 15 at the half. Ended up losing that game, so we know how it kind of feels to lose a big lead game, so let's see how we can finish the game out here.
Ouachita will have the ball under its own basket. Yeah, I just pulled up the replay, and Sage Holly just fell. It was just, now we're going to have an illegal screen. Offensive foul called against Claudia Van Zant.
Which is very surprising because Van Zant was actually just running.
Yeah.
She never even was set up for a screen.
Yeah, well, I don't think they called the illegal screen. I think they called an offensive foul maybe for an enter. But yeah, you go back to that was a tough. Now Van Zant now has 3 fouls. Holly pulls up in the middle of the lane, good. And the lead is back to 8. Thornton to Wright. stolen away, back in the hands of Wright, and a foul's going to be called on Harding. Nero Malou and Michaela Miller. Check in. Sorry, I was watching the referee interaction with the bench. He's said that the benches have been warned. 8-point lead for Ouachita. Screen from Malou. Thornton kicks back out to Mears. Nice job by Mears. Malou in the middle, no good. Rebound right, but a foul is going to be called on Harding. That foul is going to be on
Kendrick Bailey.
Yeah, Kendrick Bailey, as Lauren Wright had inside position. Thornton inbounds it, then gets it back. Foul's going to be called on Hannah Collins. And Aspen Thornton will go to the free throw line for Ouachita. 8:06 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Ouachita deciding not to have anyone in the box, just opting to just get ready for the defensive possession.
Aspen Thornton nails them. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Michaela Miller. Ouachita has numbers. Counted and a foul. Michaela Miller gets down the floor faster than Harding does, and Collins gets called for the foul. That is the fourth personal foul on Hannah Collins, and golly, Collins is really, Miller misses the free throw, but that is a big foul on Harding's Collins, because she has run this point guard spot. She has 11 points. She's second on the team in scoring right now, and she has really run this offense through that point guard spot. Malou fronting Holly. Right there for the backside help. There it comes, still from Lauren Wright. You could read it like a book. It was coming, and Miller quickly the other way. Goes all the way, blocking foul on the floor as Miller goes to the basket. And Chris, if a point guard's going to go to the basket, they're going to go until they're cut off.
Yeah.
And Harding is not cutting off Michaela Miller.
It just doesn't seem like they're running down the floor nearly as fast as they have normally. I don't know if that's just fatigue.
Well, plus, Michaela Miller's not slow.
And also, maybe they just can't catch up to her.
That's the fifth foul, so Ouachita will be at the free throw line for the rest of the game. 7:12 remaining. Miller misses the first. That's also the fourth foul on Bailey. Miller knocks her second one down, so Hannah Collins and Kendrick Bailey each have 4 fouls for Harding, but Kendrick Bailey has to stay in to run the point guard position. Malou with the front side of Holly. Something did not look right about that, but regardless, it was a missed shot. She just wasn't on balance, wasn't balanced. Miller goes all the way in, kicks it out. Extra pass. Thornton three is tipped out of bounds by Brooke Bradley. Like the extra pass from Lainey Mears. Normally, Thornton just a little bit too.
Just didn't see it.
Yeah, a little bit too slow in getting that one released. Nice pass from Malou to Miller. Couldn't get it to go in traffic. Almost got the offensive rebound, and Coach Dallimore tells his troops good effort. Bailey's going to run the point now. She has 4. Nero Malou doing a nice job of defending Sage Hawley. What did you see there? Hawley had the ball at the top of the key, went down to the right wing, and Nero Malou jumped the pass. Ooh, a lot of contact there. No foul called. It's going to go out of bounds off of Nero Malou. It's going to stay with Harding. A lot of times you think you might see contact, but the officials don't call a foul because the player may look out of control. If I'm Harding there, I'm probably wanting that foul or that contact to be called a foul, but it was not. But Harding will retain possession. Nice job of fighting through the screen from Lauren Wright. The shot clock was expiring. They had to get it, and that's going to be a foul on J.C. Evans. Not a bad foul because a streaking Michaela Miller had Lainey Mears and Aspen Thornton jetting down both wings with their hands up ready for the pass. And that is a foul on Evans. That is the second personal foul on Evans. Maybe third. Miller goes back to the free throw line. She missed 3 in a row, but she's made 2 in a row now. And the Ouachita lead is back to 14. And now 15 as Miller gets the shooter's touch. 6 minutes to go. 2 players with 4 fouls for Harding. One of those is on the bench. Nice job of flashing to that one by Michaela Miller to knock it out of bounds. No backside help if they want to go to Holly, but Van Zant does a nice job of getting around. Van Zant, nice tip of the entry pass by Lainey Mears. They tried to go to Holly, who is having to work for every possession she has. And Lainey Mears tipped that entry pass and went off of the hands of a Harding Bison and over to Ouachita. Miller breaks the pressure. Almost gets tripped. And then Lauren Wright had it, but then was about 2 seconds late.
Yeah, she honestly should have went with the bounce pass right there. They were already expecting just a high top pass.
It's one of those passes that's there, and then you can't get it until 2 seconds late. And then by that time, it's there. Evans, layup, no good. Rebound, Thornton, quickly ahead to Mears. Mears and Van Zant, layup, good from Claudia Van Zant. Lainey Mears with the assist, and it's now a 17-point lead for Harding. Full timeout, we'll take it with them. 71-54, and actually, full timeout, we'll take it with them. 71-54. Ouachita lead is 17. We'll be back with more Ouachita Tiger basketball after this 60-second timeout on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
For some, it's having tools to build credit and buy first time. For others, working with our award-winning SBA team to launch or grow a small business. And still others might use our unique savings plan today to save for tomorrow's times. Wherever you are in life or enjoy, Southern Bancorp can help. Stop by or visit banksouthern.com to get started. Southern Bancorp, member FDIC.
71-54, the Tigers lead by 17. 5:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ouachita will be at the free throw line for the remainder of the game. Ouachita has only committed 2 fouls, so still 2 fouls to give before Harding goes to the line for the bonus. Van Zant's going to get called for having her hands on Sage Holly as she was trying to get around Holly, but she got 2 hands in the lower back, and that's the 4th personal foul on Van Zant. So let's watch that matchup and that development as we have the last 5 minutes, because then Nero Malou will have to go the rest of the way. Van Zant steps out, nice outlet pass Miller. Aspen Thornton layup, good. Michaela Miller with the rebound. Quickly ahead at half court to Lainey Mears. No dribble, pass to Thornton. She had to take 1 dribble, and the layup was good, and the lead is back to 19. Van Zant playing with 4. Kick out to Collins, 3, no good. Rebound, Lauren Wright. And Chris, Ouachita weathered the storm there in the middle part of the second half nicely, and this lead is back to 21 points.
Yeah. And right now, Ouachita's spelling blood.
Yeah, 4:20 remaining. This has been a second half of runs. Harding had a big run to get it to a two-possession game. Ouachita responded. Claudia Van Zant does a nice job of post defense, just staying in the way. Hannah Collins flashes for the steal, not there. Thornton pulls it back out. We have a player tying their shoe. And so now she's going to have to retreat, and she's going to be called for a foul, a blocking foul. Now Lauren Wright's going to finish tying her shoe. Michaela Miller's going to tie her shoe right in front of ours, and Lainey Mears is going to tie her shoe. So making sure they have all the shoes tied so we don't have to do it during play.
Exactly.
Wholesale substitutions for Harding as Caitlin Birch, Brooke Bradley, Jordan Elder come into the game. Lexi Davis into the game, and a new player into the game for Harding. That's Jasmine Barnes, a 5'6" senior from Plano, Texas, from Prestonwood Christian Academy, into the game for the Bisons. Bradley pull up over Mears, no good. Rebound, Van Zant. 3-on-2, Van Zant. Oh my goodness gracious. It's going your way. When it is going your way, it's going your way. She tries to feed the backside to the guard. It's tipped right into her hands. She goes in for the layup. When it's your day, and a foul's going to be called on the other end on Lauren Wright. This 23-point lead for Ouachita, Chris. It just kind of happened quickly. That's quite a run for Ouachita in this first half of the fourth quarter.
Well, these past couple of possessions, Harding's been really struggling getting back to the floor, or it's because Ouachita is just moving so fast down the court that Harding just can't keep up.
Yeah. Missed free throw, and do appreciate you tuning in today. We apologize for some of our potential audio issues. We had all kinds of bugs this morning. We're just glad to be able to be on the air and bring this game to you, especially if you're a fan of Ouachita. Thornton quickly ahead to Van Zant. She saves it to Mears, back to Thornton. She'll pull it back out. 3 minutes to go. 16 on the shot clock as shot clock issues on our bug, and a traveling violation is going to be called against Lauren Wright.
Nice defense there by Lauren Wright.
Really nice. Left alone for three, no good. Rebound, Lauren Wright quickly ahead to Lainey Mears. Left-handed layup, good in transition. 79-55. Lead back to 24, and Coach Kirby is basically conceded.
Yeah, phenomenal court vision and phenomenal court running.
Yep. Another three-pointer off, no good. Oh, a tip rebound. Thought Wright had position. Could have gotten a foul called on Bradley, but she did not in the eyes of the official. And the basket goes to Jasmine Barnes. It's her first of the game. Coming upon 2 minutes to go. And Ouachita well on its way to its first conference victory of the year. And now we're going to have a turnover as Thornton thought Miller was cutting backside, but she wasn't. Coach Dallimore is going to take a timeout and regroup. 79-57, Ouachita up by 22. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it here. Chris, this is a 30-second timeout. And you go back to when you look at the flow and the rhythm of games, this game had a chance to get interesting there early in the third quarter when this game got to a 7-point game. Since then, it's been all Ouachita with tremendous defense and offense, and it really mirrors what we saw in the first quarter.
Yeah, just a lot of great things to see from the Washita Lady Tigers. Phenomenal shooting. They kind of slumped towards the late second quarter in the majority of the third quarter, but they've really brought it back with this quarter right here.
We'll see if we can get Coach Dallimore to come join us after the game. Aspen Thornton leads all scorers right now with 22 points. Michaela Miller has 21 for Washita. Claudia Van Zant with 16. A career game for Claudia. Good to see Claudia give Coach Dallimore what you needed, or what he needed and the team needed with that post defense between Claudia Van Zant and Nero Malou. Birch, back door. Layup no good, and they're just letting them play now, Chris. They are letting them play. New into the game for Harding is Jory Thorman, a 5'7" sophomore from McKinney, Texas. She'll pull up from 12, too strong, out of bounds, and it'll go to Washita with 1:29 remaining. Coach Kirby not calling off the Dogs quite yet, as he's still going to have the pressure, and it will result in a Washita turnover. Three-pointer in transition, no good. Rebound to Barnes. That's going to be a foul on Lauren Wright. And that is going to be the 5th personal foul on Lauren Wright. It will send Harding to the free throw line. Lauren Wright will finish with 3 points tonight, 7 rebounds, and 2 steals in 27 minutes of action. So Lauren Wright fouls out. She'll be replaced by Jessie Bennett.
Lauren Wright. Shooting for Harding, number 4, Jasmine Barnes.
First free throw bounces around and drops through. So Washita is going to move to 2-3 on the year, 1-1 in conference play with a big win over Harding. Missed free throw tipped back out to Harding, and a pull-up jumper from the baseline is good. And we're coming up on 1 minute to play. Skip pass to the backside to Bennett. Miller finds Bennett, and we are under 1 minute in this game. Coach Dallimore is going to tell them to work the clock and enjoy the last 50 seconds of this win. And Chris, this was a good win for this Washita Tiger women's basketball team.
Washita did a phenomenal job of keeping Harding's top 3 scorers to, I think only one of them was in double digits.
Claudia Van Zant finishes this game like she started it. Got the offensive rebound, put it back. I think Coach Dallimore was telling her to pull it out and don't shoot. Well, that's a tough mentality to get out of. That was a tremendous offensive rebound from Claudia Van Zant, and she got the putback to go, and she finishes it with defense on the other end.
When she's been
now
scoring
Michaela Miller is going to get a rebound, and a foul's going to be called on Jasmine Barnes.
Number 4, Jasmine Barnes. That is her first personal foul. Subbing in for Washita, number 14, Mackenzie Schillmoller. Subbing out number 12, Aspen Thornton.
Mackenzie Schillmoller will replace Aspen Thornton. Nero Malou will replace Claudia Van Zant. And into the game for Washita will be Mackenzie Jones, a 6-foot freshman forward from Kirby, Arkansas. She'll replace Lainey Mears.
Sitting down number 5, Lainey Mears.
Miller's first free throw rattles around and bounces out. So Schillmoller, Mackenzie Jones, Nero Malou, Jessie Bennett, and Michaela Miller in the game for Washita. As we're going to wrap this one up, Washita is going to have a comfortable win over the Harding Bisons, and that one's just a little bit too short. And that'll about wrap this one up. Chris, final thoughts here as we wrap this one up. It's just a tremendous win for Washita, 82-60 over Harding.
I mean, if you had told me that we were going to win a game against the women's basketball team of Harding by 22 points, I may have not believed you. But the girls have played a phenomenal game today.
Yeah, it really did. That was just a fantastic effort. We're going to hang right here for a minute and see if we can get Coach Dallimore to come over. If we do, Chris, I'll switch positions with you and talk to Coach Dallimore. Aspen Thornton and Michaela Miller both with 22 points to lead Ouachita. Claudia Van Zant with 18 points in her career high. Claudia Van Zant came in averaging 2 points, and she finishes with a career high 18 points for the freshman from Stillwater, Oklahoma. 82-60 is your final score. And Coach Dallimore is going to make his way over to us as the Tigers come out. And so as we do that, Chris, I'll take your headset and get it ready for Coach Dallimore. And then after Coach Dallimore's interview, we'll wrap the women's stream up, and we'll have a separate stream for the men's game, which will begin in about 25 minutes from now. So about a 3:15 tip for the men. So again, the Ouachita women victorious 82-60 over the Harding Bisons. A tremendous effort for Ouachita offensively and defensively. Aspen Thornton with 22, Michaela Miller with 22. Sage Holly came in averaging 20 points, or 19.7 points per game for Harding. And she was held to 12 points. Coach Dallimore is going to come join us. We'll let him have this seat as he makes his way over to us as the Tigers are victorious and get their first conference win of the season, as Coach Dallimore is going to make his way to our position and have a seat. And Coach Dallimore joins us now. Coach, 82-60. You take a look at some of the statistics. You have leading scores, but I do want to start with your post defense. I know during your walkthrough today you talked a lot about Sage Holly. Sage Holly came into this game averaging 19.7 points per game. She ended the game with 12, but I thought in your first half, your post defense, Claudia Van Zant and Nero Malou did a tremendous job of disrupting Harding offensively from what they wanted to do.
So, Chris, I think it's a little loud here, but anyway, I think post defense is not an individual thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, I do think Claudia Nero did an outstanding job.
Your backside help was there as well.
But I thought we did a good job overall as a team. I mean, they're a heck of a team. Right. And we happened to be really hot today. And they were off their game a little bit. And so we happened to be fortunate today to get a W. But, some of the shots that they were missing, in and out, they were getting some good looks, and it just happened tonight was a better night for us than them. But, I mean, they're going to be at the top of the league. There's no question about that. Coach Kirby and Coach Yates, they do an unbelievable job. And tonight, and that's the thing, man. It's all about shots falling. When your shots falling, then, your team, they build on it. They get a little energy, a little enthusiasm. We're very inconsistent right now. And today, we played well, but we've kind of, with young kids, that's kind of, how it goes.
You talk about consistency, or you talk about offense building confidence. As you hit shots, you also got more confidence on defense.
Oh, and this is my 31st year, and it's amazing how much. Let me D up when you're hitting shots.
Right.
Well, let's D up like that when we're not hitting shots, right?
Let's talk about
tonight. We happen to hit shots.
The flow of this game. You come out hot. You come out and build a big lead. We saw that against Texas A&M Commerce as well. Mm-hmm. Harding cuts this to almost a 2-possession game. It was a 7-point game. I don't think they got it below 7. But your team responded. They responded and closed out the game like they started, and that had to be a positive going into when you go look at this one in film as well.
Well, I think anytime you're playing, and particularly when you have a young team and you're playing a powerhouse program like they are, I think that your tendency is to play not to lose. So I thought in the third quarter, we started scoreboard watching like a team as good as them, that we're going to be able to hold on to a 14-point lead with 17 minutes left. Yeah. And it's absurd. You've got to keep attacking, because they were attacking us defensively. They got very aggressive. They did an outstanding job, and we got very tentative instead of attacking. And anytime you get in a retreat mode, I don't care what sport you're playing, you're probably not going to be good. And that's what hurt us. And then we had a timeout, and the kids they responded
Right.
and they said, they decided to go back to attacking.
All it took was a couple of possessions. I think there was a layup, a steal, and a three-pointer, and that 7 goes back to 12.
Right.
And then it was good from there.
Yeah.
Coach, it was a big win to finish the weekend 1-1. This
Right.
conference race is a long race. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
22 games in this conference slate. What do you feel about your team after the first 2 games?
I think I'm not sure because the other night we couldn't guard anybody.
Right.
And Tech's a great team, right? But so is Harding.
Right.
And so tonight we guarded.
Right.
But the other night we weren't hitting shots.
Yeah.
Right. And we weren't guarding. And
Not
we
a good
got
combination.
Right. And we scored on a lot of free throws.
Right.
Fouls. But we weren't hitting shots. And when you're hitting free throws, it's not quite the same energy defensively. And then today I thought that our energy defensively, I think that was good. So, like, with our team, with a young team like this, I think we're a work in progress. Right. And I don't know. I tell my wife, well, we won't, with this team, we probably won't know until end of February because it's a long season. And this league is so good top to bottom. There are no off nights.
Right.
I've been in leagues before when I was at Little Rock where there were like 3 teams. We would have really had to play bad to lose to, right?
Right.
Not here. Every night's a dogfight.
Offensively, you spread it around. I know Aspen Thornton has 43 at Tech on Thursday.
Right.
That's a great individual performance. I know Coach is like, well, you're not going to get 43 from one person every night. Tonight you have 22 from Aspen, 22 from Michaela Miller, Claudia Van Zant with 18, Lainey Mears with 13.
Right.
Offensively, you're able to spread it around.
Yeah, well, and that's one of the things we talked about. And I said we're not going to win a whole lot of games if one of our players has to score 40. And it was out of necessity that Aspen had to score that the other night. Aspen's one of the most unselfish players I've ever coached in 31 years. She could care less about the points the other night. She just wanted to win.
Right.
And so she was very disappointed. And you would never hear Aspen or any of the kids we got talking about how many points they scored. They just don't care about it. They want to win. But this is a process, man. And we're building something, I think, here. And I think we're heading in a good direction, But it's one game. And listen, we're going to have a tough game. Williams is good. And then we're playing Southern Arkansas, who is, at Harding, they were up the whole second half. And then
they can
lost.
score too.
And can they score? Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we saw that last year.
If we play bad defense, we could give up 120, and that's not an exaggeration.
No, it's not. We saw that last year.
They may lead the country in scoring this year, seriously.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's done such a great job with them. I wish I could coach. I wish I could coach fast break like that.
Well, Coach, congratulations, 82-60. The Tigers moved to 1-1 in GAC play. Coach, enjoy your Saturday evening. I know Saturday evenings are a lot better after games like this.
I just want to say one thing. I want to say hi to my son Caleb, who's over at Berry College. He's got a game tonight at 7 o'clock. Good luck, son. I don't know where the camera is, but good luck. I love you. I know you're probably watching right now.
All right, Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, Chris.
Have a good weekend, and we will be back in action this week as the Tigers will host Williams Baptist University in a non-conference matchup. Well, that'll wrap it up for the women's game. The final, Ouachita 82, Harding 60. That'll wrap it up for men's. We'll stop this stream. If you're tuned in for the men's game, we'll start that stream here in about 15 minutes as the Harding Bisons and the Ouachita Tigers will kick things off in men's action. For Chris McQuistion, here on color, A.J. McWilliams, Hannah Hickman, along with Noah Grimes, Bailey Redden, Dave Vashovich, and Coleman Callan in the truck. This is Chris Babb. Again, your final score, 82-60. Ouachita victorious over Harding. Thanks for tuning in.